You ready? Let's jump on in. We're going to be talking about how you can speak up more in meetings. And meetings can be sometimes intimidating for a variety of reasons. One of them has to do with power, the different power that's there, and also the different people. There might be some extroverts, and introverts might not feel as comfortable speaking up. And so to be able to speak up at a meeting, again, can feel a little scary or overwhelming. So we're going to talk about kind of how you can have a mindset and things you can do to help you feel more comfortable, feel more confident in speaking. And one of the first things we really want you to start thinking about when you're thinking about a meeting is, what do I do before the meeting? So if you really want to speak up in a meeting, come prepared. And so when you're coming prepared, that means having a sense of what is the topic? What is the thing that you really want to say in this meeting? And knowing that beforehand so you feel a little bit more prepared and ready to go. You can even rehearse a little bit of it. You can write a little bit of it. Whatever it is you need to feel comfortable about it, but have a sense of what type of topic you want to bring in the meeting. And making sure that it's aligned with what's going to be happening in the meeting. And then also you want to think about this topic that you have. How is it going to add to the agenda? How is it going to add to the work that's already being done in this meeting? So you don't want to come in with just whatever topic, because the meeting is really there to support a group of people to try to solve problems, get on the same page, or whatever it may be. So really making sure that your topic is providing value to the meeting. Now, that's a couple of things you can do to prepare kind of mentally for the meeting. But a lot of times what causes people to not speak up is the emotions that they feel. And scared, worried, frustrated, don't want to look dumb, you don't want to be judged. And so there's a few things that you can do before the meeting to give you a good sense of, okay, I'm ready. And this is going to be a little bit more of how you treat your body. So to be really mindful, to be very present, to be less anxious, one of the first things you can do is take some time and get a few deep breaths in. It slows down the heart rate. It allows you to be more present, feel more connected with your body, more grounded, and so that you can come in with that kind of energy in there rather than feeling anxious or nervous. The other part you can do is meditation. A lot of people, including myself, use meditation as a way to feel calm, to feel ease, to feel present, to have more space in your head. And there's different ways you could do meditation. One of the ways is just with the breathing and maybe just focusing on a word or two. Like, I'm feeling calm, I'm feeling relaxed, or I got this, I could do this, whatever it is. Or you could focus on your breath while you're in meditation and try to just hear some of the light sounds that might be happening in your environment, so you're not in your head, but you're becoming more aware of what's happening in the space. Or you can focus on your breath and try to have no thoughts and clear out your mind. So again, this is really helping you prepare for your meeting so that you're present, you're stress-free, and you're just feeling good. Another thing that people use for this is visualization. Now, I don't really use visualization, so I can't talk too much about it, but I have a lot of friends and colleagues and a lot of leaders that I know that use visualization. They feel like it's when they see the moment and they're able to kind of run the moment in their head and kind of play it like a movie in their head, it allows them to feel more comfortable when that happens or when they're going into the space. Now, one final one to kind of get everything out and feel less anxious and feel more comfortable in the space is through journaling. Writing out what are you afraid of, what you hope to get out of the meeting. Just write everything down and it helps to be a release. And so these are some things that you could really focus on before the meeting, having a really good sense of this is how I can contribute. I know that this topic is going to provide value for the team, and so I know what to do. I got a couple of good breaths in. I'm feeling a little bit more calm, more relaxed. So I'm ready for the chaos that's about to ensue. If there's chaos. Some meetings are also very boring, so depending on your kind of meeting. So that's before. Now, during the meeting, there's a lot of different ways that you can start to speak up, and that's what we're going to talk about here. And a simple way that you can start speaking up in a meeting, to show some appreciation, show some gratitude for what someone said, and reflect back what they said. And I recommend going beyond the idea of, oh, that's a really good point, to that's a really good point because X, Y, and Z, right? So there's kind of flattery where it's like, oh, good job. But when you can give the reasoning and the insight behind why it's a good job, that makes it a lot more easy for people to receive, and it feels like you're really there and listening. So that's one way that if you're just looking to get your voice out in a meeting, appreciation for what someone said. Another thing you can do, ask questions. Ask clarifying questions. It shows that you're engaged, that you're curious, that you want to understand, and it's a really easy way to just be able to start speaking up in a meeting. So just simple clarifying questions. And a common one is, hey, when you said X, is this what you meant? Is that what you're saying? So it shows like, hey, I'm not exactly sure. I want to make sure I understand what you're saying, and is this it? Right? So that's a great way to ask questions. Another thing that you can really do to add and to speak up in a meeting is a simple improv yes and. Basically, you say, oh, I really like what you said, and what we can also do is X, Y, and Z. So you're taking what someone said, and then you're building it up. You're making it way better than what they just said. You're adding to the idea, you're adding to the space, and now it's a lot more of a collaborative feel because I'm taking what you said, and now I'm saying, let's do this with it. What if we did that with it? So building off of what people already said. Really simple tool of yes and. Taking the reality and how do we turn it up a notch? How do we build it out more? How do we gain more clarity of what was just said? And if you are looking to have more meetings and looking to get people to open up and have better meetings, I actually have a free resource for you below. So in the description of this video, you'll be able to see a free resource that talks about all the different things that you can do so that everyone can feel more open and have a much more productive, engaged, and just better meetings. So go ahead and check that out in the description below. It's a free guide that'll show you all of that. So again, thank you so much for being here throughout all this. I really do hope it was helpful. Thank you and have a great day.